tribunal is ad hoc and is appointed by the president. So it is out of our purview. Then there is a tribunal to hear 60 clause 9. It is appointed by the president. It is out of our purview. Then there is a tribunal to hear and determine a dispute between the Electoral Commission and any person aggrieved by a decision of the Electoral Commission in respect of demarcation of constituencies.
That is on
64 clause 2. The tribunal is directly established by the Constitution under Article 64 clause 2. The tribunal is ad hoc and is appointed by the Chief Justice. That one is out of our purview. There is another tribunal to investigate and report to Parliament on the allegation in relation to the removal of the President.
That
if you are
is
impeaching the
Article
President.
107.
Article 107 clause 4. The tribunal is directly established by the Constitution under Article 104 clause, and it is ad hoc. And it is appointed by the Chief Justice. That one is also out of our purview. There is a tribunal appointed for the removal of a judicial officer under Article 144 clause 3 and 4. The tribunal is directly established by the Constitution. The tribunal is ad hoc and is appointed by the President. That one is also out of our purview. There is a tribunal for the removal of the Auditor General under Article 163 clause 13. The tribunal is also directly established by the Constitution under Article 160. The tribunal is ad hoc and is appointed by the President. That one also is out. There is a tribunal for the appointed for the removal of the Inspector General of Parliament.
Honorable member.
So,
Honorable.
yes.
Honorable Minister. What is hard with you bringing a law with only two, the electricity and then the tax tribunal? Then the other one you bring in constitutional amendments.
But there are two issues of contention here. The first one is that the minority report, let me conclude.
Want to appease the president.
Thank you, Right Honorable Chair. You know, we had advised the government that if it was to act smart, it would bring a constitutional amendment and delete all those tribunals established under the Constitution. Then come up with a national tribunals bill that will encompass all those bills, including the tax appeal tribunal. You work smarter that way.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, the Honorable Jonathan Odu, with characteristic ebullience, eloquence, and grandiloquence, has bamboozled many members of this House to run away from the fulcrum of the matter under discussion. The pivot of this matter is rationalization. Sometimes, Madam Speaker, hidden in a forest of words and words that seduce, one can sway opinion, but in reality there is always one or two fulcrums on which something turns, just like a door. It brings to my mind a famous case where a steamship company sued a railway company, saying the railway company, by building a bridge across the river, was undermining business of the ships that moved up and down the river. The lawyer that was acting for the steamship company came and with a lot of verbal artillery addressed court for 1 hour. And then the lawyer for the railroad company came and asked the judge to address his mind to only one issue: whether those who want to move up and down the river have more rights than those who want to move across the river. That was the only question. There was no need for a lot of words. Now let me state the fulcrum. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Jonathan Odu has made it up. Madam Speaker, the leader of opposition should quote the rule under which he is moving the point of order. Because the point of order is about breach of the rules. It is not about your feeling. I will only yield the floor when the Honorable Speaker tells me to yield the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Ladit, kindly have a seat. Right Honorable Speaker, I firstly want to salute Ladit Mao. He was at one time Guild President of Makerere University, and the flowery language he used then, he's using now. However, Right Honorable Speaker, the concerns, and that is where my point of order arises from. We have raised two critical issues which you have asked the Honorable Minister of Justice to address his mind to. Number one, the fact that this amendment seeks to, by extension, amend the Constitution, which is ultra-vires. It has got no place in law. Number two, Section 76 of the Public Finance Management Act adumbrates very clearly what a certificate of financial implication ought to be. I have a copy of the certificate of financial implication, and as our colleague has clearly stated, it is talking about two tribunals. In your case, you're seeking to deal with many tribunals. That means the certificate of financial implication is defective. Right Honorable Speaker, what you asked Honorable Mao to address us on is those two issues: the amendment of the Constitution by effect, by implication. Number two, the certificate of financial implication. Honorable Mao is taking us in circles. Is he in order, Right Honorable Speaker, to meander as opposed to addressing this House on the two critical issues, two matters of law? And he is a lawyer, Right Honorable Speaker. Is he in order?
Honorable members, when you look at Section 16 of the bill, the National Tribunal to review decisions. Any person who is aggrieved by any decision made under this Act, subject to review by the National Tribunal, may apply to the National Tribunal for review of a decision, including that of that is a correction of the Constitution. I would request the minister that since there is a drafting problem, so we could have something drafted better, and we will still accommodate you here. I am just requesting that if we could have it taken back for redrafting. Yes, Honorable Minister.
I'm a disciplined citizen of the Republic of Uganda. I'm not immune to logic either. In particular, I'm not immune to common sense. I have strong opinions about those who try to mislead others. But because we have over 46 million Ugandans out there who are interested in having their disputes with the state adjudicated properly, we will pull back for now and come back better and stronger. We will be back. Let the bill be stood over.
Now, Honorable Minister, withdraw it formally.
Madam Speaker, I need some guidance from the chair because our intention was to have it stood over. I will oblige your guidance.
Madam
Madam Speaker, there is nothing like standing over a bill.
Madam
in our
Speaker,
rules.
the issues of controversy are very clear to us now. I beg, Madam Speaker, that we stand over and not withdraw. We stand over the issue and reconvene to discuss the controversies.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Procedure.
Madam Speaker, we would like to thank the House.
Honorable Love, come back to your seat. No, you come back to your seat. No, come back to your seat.
Madam Speaker, I would like to thank the members of the committee for enriching the government bill. I'd also like to thank members of the House, including the minority. The matters of contention are now clear to us. And since you have assured us of time in this House, I wish to move under Rule 140 of the House Rules to withdraw the bill.
Thank you. I put a question that the National Tribunal Bill Amendment, the National Tribunal Bill 2024 be withdrawn under Rule 140. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Item 4 on the order paper. Bill second reading. The National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable Minister, honorable members, yesterday the bill was laid on table. The report was presented, both reports. Honorable members, Jonathan, we have finished. Jonah, so the bill the bill on coffee is for the debate. The debate is now open. Yes, Honorable Onzi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to submit on the reports which were laid yesterday concerning the National Coffee Development, the issues. Madam Speaker, I had tried to raise some of the issues as a procedure yesterday, but you guided that they can better be presented in the debate. I listened to the two reports, and I think what we are trying to do as Parliament is to ensure that we promote our coffee industry. And whatever we should do should help us as a country. Now, when I listened to the two reports, they were elaborating achievements of the Coffee Development Authority, that when they were put in place, they were able to ensure issues of quality, issues of certification, issues of market. This was the narrative. But the conclusions were that if this authority is rationalized or merged with a major ministry, these achievements will be reversed. But how they will be reversed was not explained. Because I expected to hear that when these authorities are merged, what are the changes that are going to take place in terms of their structure? Which changes will affect their performance? That's one. If they are merged, what will be the issue related to the roles they have been performing? How these roles will be affected, therefore affecting the achievements. These arguments did not come clearly. Instead of only narrating their what?
Honorable Minister, I hope you're taking notes.
The changes.
Okay.
So when we're debating the issues of rationalization, Madam Speaker, we needed to look at the issues of the structures of these bodies before. When these bodies are merged, what are going to be the changes in these structures? Changes in their responsibility, changes in their roles. Will this affect the original activities which they are performing? Therefore informing decision. But these ones I didn't see. Because for me, when we look at the rationalization, my argument, my thinking was that this was something to do with merging. I remember some time back one of my economic teachers telling the class, that when two bodies merge, there are always issues of enjoyment of economy of scale, enjoyment of efficiency, and also sharing of expertise and ideas. So my thinking was that when these mergings take place, then it will promote and bring these benefits. But the presentations were saying, no, these activities, achievements they will bring will collapse. But how they will collapse never came out clearly. That was my issue. Therefore, if the issues of these bodies are that they brought a lot of changes and good things, like maybe others which were rationalized, then how will they fail to perform the same roles?
Thank you.
Were these roles only associated to the environments where they were operating before? Was it the name? Was it the title of these people? So, for me, these ones didn't come out clearly. But if the same people who are performing the same roles are the same people who are coming to the ministry, playing those same roles in the ministries, and in charge of those ministries, how will this affect their performance? Madam Speaker, there are cases...
Honorable members, let's debate the report. Patrick, I will give you to debate.
Madam Speaker...
He has questions he's asking. No, it is his right to ask a question.
Speaker, order is provided for in our rules. A member is
Madam
speaking.
Speaker, therefore, if you were transferring the same people, playing the same roles, but only that they are going to play the same roles under one roof of the ministry, I don't see how they will fail. I therefore support the rationalization. Thank you.
Thank you. Patrick.
Madam Speaker, I am at pain. I am a coffee farmer and I represent so many coffee farmers out there who are worried about what is going to become of a dissolution of an agency that regulates and promotes coffee in this country. Our colleagues here are just thinking about merging. We are talking about livelihoods. We are talking about our lives. This is not about merging one organization and the other. We are saying this agency has the sole responsibility of regulation, of regulating coffee industry in this nation. Coffee brings in the main foreign exchange. Many of our people depend on coffee. Now you're here saying we are not, we are just emerging. The law is saying dissolution. The law you have provided for is saying you're going to dissolve. UCDA, do not take us for fools. Do not take us for fools. Yes, you don't come here and...
Honorable members.
It's not normal business. This is our life.
Honorable members. Honorable members. Honorable members. Kabanda.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members. Honorable members.
Right, Honorable Speaker. I want
just
to
a minute.
This opportunity.
Just a minute. Honorable members. Even if you want to achieve something, you don't have to get noisy. You don't have to get noisy. This is a house of intellectuals. This is a house where we are going to debate and debate for the people out there. And we must debate with sanity. So, honorable members, I need you to listen. There is a clarification that I need to get. On the issue of dissolution, on the issue of mainstreaming, on the issue of merging, I would want to get a clarification from the front desk on that. Yes, Honorable.
But Honorable. Right, Honorable Speaker. Before the minister comes in, Honorable Nsamba is a member of the Budget Committee. He was the member of the Budget Committee.
Not a member of the Budget Committee.
Stop shouting.
Yes.
Yes.
Honorable Nsamba should not mislead the country and this house that UCDA has the sole responsibility of promoting our coffee. When he was a member of the Budget Committee, he himself appropriated money for a private company, 37 billion, to go to that company to go and promote our coffee. Wasn't that a vote of no confidence in UCDA by you, the members of parliament?
Honorable members. Honorable members. Susan Goretti, sit down. Goretti, sit down. Okay.
Madam Speaker.
Christine.
Madam Speaker, my name has been
Christine.
mentioned. Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, Honorable Kabanda.
Honorable members, in the public gallery, we have pupils and teachers from St. Kigero Primary School, located in Busiro South, Wakiso. When the speaker is speaking, you keep quiet. I will need a clarification. Honorable Minister, you first sit. I will need a clarification from the chairperson of budget. Honorable members, these members are represented by Honorable Matovu Charles and Honorable Naluima Ethel. You're most welcome. Honorable Chair, Honorable Minister, I'm going to give you to speak. I am going to give you. Can I hear from the chairman of from budget? Chairman budget. I will give you after budget. Honorable members, free sitting. Honorable members, you will not say no. You did not carry that chair from your home.
Thank you, Right Honorable.
Honorable Chair.
Honorable colleagues, I would like us to put records right as we debate. Honorable Kabanda alleges that Budget Committee appropriated 37 billion to a private company. We must make it clear, Budget Committee does not appropriate money. It's a parliament that appropriates monies. And I therefore ask that statement of Honorable Kabanda be expunged from our records. I beg to move.
But was the money, the parliament. Honorable members, listen.
It appropriated money to a private company in order to promote coffee. And honorable colleagues, we also need to take to note that even CDA was a baby of government. And that was in interest of government to promote coffee development. And now the same government has said they have another avenue to promote the same. I beg to move.
Speaker, my name was...
Let me first sort out
Madam Speaker,
Patrick.
thank you so much. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. The money Honorable Kabanda is talking about was given to Edwin and Rabogo to go and establish a coffee factory. Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable, please, let's respect our rules. Let's have respect for our rules. You don't speak about people who are not in their house.
Madam Speaker, I was part of the budget committee, Madam Speaker. But that money was passing the 3%.
There's a procedure.
The 3% prior to parliamentary approval. It was not the budget committee.
It was a procedure. There is a procedure matter.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Nyakato, why are you people talking like? Are we in a market?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I come from northern Uganda. At a time when the president was addressing the country, when he told the country that something that contributes to the development of the country, number one is coffee. And I didn't understand the importance. And of recent, we have done our best to make sure that in our talk show, in our community mobilization, we are mobilizing our people to plant coffee. And I must tell you, I am happy and excited when I see the pressure in the House when it comes to a situation that is touching coffee in the country. And therefore, I know I have been interacting with many members of parliament who come from areas where coffee growing is. And it looks like we are under pressure from the voters who are saying protect areas where we are receiving our money, and they think there is something going wrong when coffee is touched. Right, Honorable Speaker, something which is very important in this world is what we call change. And when change is coming,
honorable members, let's give each person time to speak.
And when
listen.
change is coming, people will always be threatened. They don't know exactly what will happen after the change. Whether it is going to be a positive change, whether it's going to be a negative change, they will not understand it at all. I know a situation where we were also informed, for us we don't sit in the caucus. The same environment we are facing now is also what was going on in the caucus meetings. And therefore that shows to you something has not been done right still. If this is something that is really bothering us, why don't we get a proper way to make sure people understand this situation well? And that's why I like the question you asked. And I wish we give time with soberness so that the minister explain and we understand whether this authority will be dissolved, and if it is going to be dissolved, personally I will not support it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mapenduchi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to believe that when you decide to create an entity, you create with specific targets and intentions. And time and again, you have to review or assess whether that entity is performing to your expectation. It is a fact that government created this entity. And it is the responsibility of government to assess and determine whether the entity is performing to its expectation. It is also the mandate of the same government, after review, to determine whether there is need to create a new direction. I think the intention of the merger is probably to create a more effective strategy in as far as the promotion of coffee is concerned. Right Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, the committee painted a picture yesterday. The committee painted a beautiful picture yesterday in as far as the work of Coffee Development Authority is concerned. But I want to say this. I think we should also recognize the fact that there are parts of the country that would have done much better in coffee if the authority had paid attention. And that is northern Uganda. I think as we plan to rationalize, government needs to put very particular interest in ensuring that the things that government did not do in promoting coffee development in northern Uganda needs to be taken more seriously. I support that the merger goes on. Thank you.
Joan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Please. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, UCDA is there to promote and to oversee.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, the members of Parliament are discussing a merger. This is not a merger. What the Honorable Mapendus is talking about, it is none of what we are discussing. This is not a merger. Let the minister explain so that people understand.
But
there is no merger here.
You are the same people who don't want the minister to stand.
No, but they are talking about a merger.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister. Just a minute. Honorable Minister, I want you to discuss, to tell us about the rationalization, accreditation, about the capacity of Minister of Agriculture, the dissolution, the merger, and the mainstreaming.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
And then are we abolishing, dissolving or not?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. I would request that we listen to each other so that we take informed decisions. First of all, I want to make an observation. The observation I want to make is that the committee ignored the submission of government and the intentions and the benefits of rationalization and adopted the report of dissenting views of the staff who are going to be rationalized. Two, I want to make a clarification that we don't intend to abolish the functions of UCDA. We are actually maintaining the functions of UCDA, but in a streamlined manner in a department like we have done for any other agency. We are also, government also, the intentions.
You made your submission. Sit.
You see, this is the problem. We also we don't intend to lay off core subject matter specialists, those who are competent, that are doing regulatory roles of UCDA as mandated by government. We are only shading off duplicated staff like procurement. We are taking off the board. And it is the view of government that this money should be saved and put into service delivery of the citizens. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Let him finish, then you will ask for clarification.
People raise the issue
Let him finish.
of accreditation. Government has designated authority to UCDA to represent us wherever they have been representing us. The same government is going to designate the department to represent us. We don't want to adulterate the functions of UCDA and the laws. The same department will implement these laws. Now, people who have fears that the absence of UCDA will undermine coffee production, you must be mindful of our history that when we had the coffee boom during Amin's time, UCDA was not there. Let's listen.
Order.
Members, let's listen.
Now,
members, let's listen.
There are fears of members about people who are going to lose jobs.
Honorable Nashua, Indiwalana.
Nobody.
Are you looking after chaos by standing
Nobody.
when somebody is speaking?
No employee of UCDA whose competence is required in regulation is going to be laid off. The truth of the matter is that the agencies are associated with fat salaries. Well,
Honorable members,
why don't you allow me to
you.
finish, Honorable Seungu? Let me finish.
Let him finish, then
Now,
you will raise.
They are own contracts. These contracts are not going to be terminated. But when the contracts end, they will be subjected to the structure of public services, which was approved by this parliament of the scientists. So, the issue of accreditation come and make that organization. You must also recall that when UCDA took a decision to withdraw from ICO without the consultation of government and parliament, you are blaming them here. Therefore, the same government is saying we want to streamline the operations of government, like we have done with other regulatory bodies of government like DDA, UCDA for suit. Now, one minority report member mentioned especially foodstuffs and whatever we do conform to national standards. The government is in the process of creating a food and agriculture authority. First, listen.
Honorable members.
Please listen. Which order?
Honorable members, respect what the minister. Listen to the minister.
Now, currently, these products are being regulated by National Drug Authority. Government, in its wisdom, has realized that we have to separate these from medical inputs. But listen, we want to operate efficiently.
Honorable members, Honorable Minister, just wait.
One of the minority members.
Honorable Minister, just wait. Just a minute, Honorable Minister. Honorable members. Listen, let's have an art of listening to each other. Let's listen to the minister. If he's lying, take notes and say the minister lied in this and this. You first listen to him, and that will form your debate. Honorable Minister.
Now, this body will take on the regulatory functions of all foodstuffs, including cocoa, including tea. Now, those who are pushing for the authority, shall we have the authority for cassava, authority for banana, authority for beans, authority for maize? Madam Speaker, let's be sober. Let's be sober.
Honorable members, sit.
Right, Honorable Speaker. One member, and yesterday,
Right, Honorable Speaker.
the leader of opposition and the other members, the transition of 3 years.
Thank
Right,
you so much,
Honorable
Speaker.
Speaker. Because of
Switch on.
Because of the heat that has been associated with the UCDA rationalization, government in its wisdom has given 3 years for a transition. Right, Honorable Speaker, this will give time for people to understand that the same government that has promoted coffee, the same government that has created the Coffee Development Authority, is the same government that wants to empower farmers to earn more. Yes. Right, Honorable Speaker, somebody mentioned that when it is not broken.
Flavia, I will give you. You see.
When it is not broken, why do you fix it? Right now, we are looking at efficiency in our production services. When people are talking of energy-saving equipment, when people are transforming automobiles into electricity, you cannot say I maintain a diesel engine because it is working. It is spending much money. This is the spirit of government. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Order.
The authorized agency.
Can I have order?
The authorized agency now we are talking about, it derives the same authority from the government. And I want to say, Right Honorable Speaker,
Hajat, I'm going to give you to
that
debate.
Minister of
I'm going
Agriculture
to give you to debate.
is not in intensive care unit. If it was in intensive care unit, it will not produce children. Right Honorable Speaker,
as an answer, I will send you
I
out.
request members to
I will send
understand
you
the
out.
spirit of rationalization. There is no contaminated agenda. Just listen. We have made a submission to this House, and the spirit of government is to operate efficiently and deliver services to the best of its capacity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. You have
Honorable
given
Joan.
me. Thank you.
Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker, the role of UCDA is to promote and oversee coffee. For 30 years, UCDA has done this excellently, but in very selected regions of this nation. The people in the northern part of Uganda, especially in West Nile, have just woken up to coffee when excuse me, Madam Speaker, can I have my privilege as a member of Parliament?
Honorable members.
Madam Speaker, through the PDM, government has outlined the 7 enterprises that are lucrative, and coffee is at the top of those enterprises. But for 30 years, what has UCDA done in West Nile and northern Uganda? Number one. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg for my privilege as a member of Parliament to speak. I beg for my privilege as a member of Parliament to speak in this House.
Honorable members, can you kindly keep quiet?
Right Honorable Speaker, when Ministry of Agriculture...
Just a minute. Honorable members, I want you to listen. Can you listen? Honorable members, if you don't keep quiet, I will not give anybody to speak. Honorable members, I appreciate what you're going through. I know it is time for campaign.
Yes. This is our livelihood. What about us?
I know people. Now I am going to get people who are clear-headed. Dr. Baiga. Dr. Baiga, Hajat, Honorable Lubega. Dr. Baiga.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Can you people listen? Dr.
Right Honorable
Baiga.
Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm asking for the attention. Let me speak.
Doctor, you speak.
Under these circumstances, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg your
You
indulgence
speak.
to take control of your house.
Alan, why are you standing? Alan. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, then.
Okay, I'm sorry. Dr. Baiga.
No, please, we are not mad people here.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Doctor.
Honorable members,
Madam
We
Speaker,
have- we
I was
have
telling
heard-
you why I was standing up.
I have
I'm
already-
very clear-headed. I'm not a mad person. So to say that you are choosing only a clear-headed.
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you. I listened
Honorable
very
members,
attentively.
listen to Dr. Baiga.
I listened very attentively to Honorable Bright Rwamirama, and I felt he was misleading this House. The law is clear, in black and white. It is seeking to abolish, to dissolve UCDA. You may talk about the functions. You may talk about the functions being mainstreamed. But these functions are carried with them by UCDA. And UCDA, as an entity, is an accredited entity with 23 years of experience, gathered technical expertise, and you have not guided this House.
Honorable
that Uganda
members,
is going
the
to
front.
lose that accreditation. And it takes a long time to get it. As the office bearer, you should have guided this House. That once this accreditation is lost, Right Honorable Speaker, it is going to take us very long time, and we shall have lost the market. And once we lose the market, the livelihood of our people is affected, and very negatively. He's not telling us that.
Honorable,
And I can see.
Honorable, we are talking about accreditation. That should be answered. And then the functional mainstreaming. Yes.
Accreditation takes long time, and he knows it. It takes 5 years to 10 years. But once our competitors realize that we have abolished the agency that was taking over this role, they will rejoice, because they will definitely take over the markets. And how are you going to be happy when the Are you going to be happy when the rest of the people are crying? I can see fellow
Honorable
members of
Lumo.
parliament being organized to mob.
Honorable Aisha, Honorable Lumo.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Right
Honorable
Honorable
Speaker.
I am Aisha, not you.
Privilege. On my right of privilege.
Just a minute. Jane, just hold on. Aisha.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, Before I got the gist of my submission, allow me respond to two issues. Number one,
Honorable members, listen to Aisha.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to respond to issues before I got the gist of my submission. Number one, it is not the fault of UCDA that Northern Region has not been major growing coffee. You should know it was the government program to zone Uganda, allocating different products for different regions. And we must not blame UCDA for that. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, I have had people saying government established UCDA and therefore government should have the privilege of taking UCDA. Madam Speaker, let me mention this.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Can you be patient? Could you have a pen and paper and write?
Clarification.
Honorable Minister, you will clarify.
Would you have
You will clarify.
a pen and paper and write? I want to inform First Honorable Bright Ramirama that I was an NRM cadre that explained these policies on radio, therefore I know them very well. What you did, I was explaining. And you designated products for particular regions. If the minister had desired that UCDA extends coffee, UCDA should have done as such. It was the minister that desired that North should not grow coffee. At the time when you did it, that coffee goes across, they have started extending coffee all over. Having said that, no, Honorable Speaker, I was interrupted. I was saying that when you create entities, they are not for you. They're for the nationals. If the people have said yes, the chairperson of the committee yesterday, answering all the defects in the law, the defects in the law were saying that some entities were wasteful, some entities were destroying the harmony, and the question was some entities were being deprecative. Her answers were all in negative. She asked, is UCDA being deprecative? She said no. Is UCDA destroying the harmony? She said no. Is UCDA being wasteful? She said no. She credited UCDA for being very good. And finally, and that's when I wondered what happened to the well-able chairperson, what happened to her. I knew and forgave her. She feared the iron arm of the powers that are in this country. And we are here as Parliament to speak, to conclude the way she desired. She made the right submission, but feared to make the right conclusion. The right conclusion is to say that UCDA must stay. It performed excellently. It is not wasteful. It is not duplicative. It must stay for the good of the people. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable members.
Thank you.
Honorable Lumu, Honorable Medad.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
I will only give Alan.
Right Honorable Speaker, I have clearly heard from the Minister, and I am surprised that the Minister,
I will give you.
the Minister did not quote from his bill, which is presenting to Parliament. I'll read section 3 of the bill. The purpose of the amendment of the National Coffee Act 2021 is to A. Mainstream the functions of the Coffee Development Authority into the